As implied by the name micropost, though, there's definitely some extra structure. So let's get a first taste of validations by actually putting the micro in micropost. So let's go over here, and this happens in the model. This is the part of the system that talks to the database and that actually models the data. So in this case, part of our data model is that we want the content to be short. So let's just use the basic Twitter convention of having 140 characters. It's actually a little more complicated than that, but for our purposes, that'll be fine. So the way to do this in Rails is to type validates and then the name of the field we want to validate, which in this case is content. This is what's called a symbol. We'll be talking more about that in lesson 4 especially. And then we're going to give it a length. And the length parameter is going to have a maximum of 140 characters. Save that. Now let's go back to our application. Say, let's try to create a micropost with too much text. My favorite way to get a long amount of text is to go to my text editor, which in this case is Sublime Text. It has a tab trigger for lorem ipsum. This is a fragment from Cicero. It's actually dolorem ipsum, dolor citamet. But this is has a long and glorious history in this kind of context. Oops. So let's copy that and then paste it in. And if we create it, it should complain. And there it is. Content is too long. Now, this code that generates this error here, this error message, is part of the scaffolding. In the main part of the tutorial, when we make the industrial strength sample app, we'll actually be writing these error messages ourselves. Or more specifically, we'll be writing the code to generate these error messages.